This meeting is being held in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Annual notice of this meeting is published in the Union County Local Source and the Newark Star Ledger. Said notice is posted in the municipal building, and a copy is on file with the office of the Borough Clerk. Fire exits are located in the directions I'm indicating. If you're alerted for fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Proper notice having been given, the Borough Clerk is directed to include this statement in the minutes of the meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Johnson. Is absent. Councilman Signorello.
Here.
Councilman Rabina.
Here.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Mayor Signorello.
Here.
Quorum.
Please lead us in the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. There are no communications for review this evening. We do have a presentation. Chris and his Eagle Scout project proposal. Want to come up, bud? I think, is that microphone on?
It's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. What do you want to do for us? What's the project?
Hello, I'm Chris. I'm a Life Scout in Troop 68 of Union, New Jersey, and for my Eagle Scout project, I'm looking to create a message board for the Roselle Park Community Garden. This message board will serve as a resource for all the citizens and the visitors of the community garden, and it'll provide insight to upcoming events and activities happening at the garden, such as renting a plot, and even when they need volunteers, it could serve as another way of communication that these things need to happen. It benefits people because communication is lacking with the community garden. Right now, all that there is the website and social media. Not everyone has that. Not everyone knows about the website, and lots of people would want to know what's going on at the garden immediately while they're there, as well as making the garden look more professional.
I can't allow this.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, yes. Just kidding. No, that sounds great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. How'd you come up with the idea?
I came up with the idea just because, I don't know, garden looked a little empty.
You got the Environmental Commission, he's insulted. Tim's very heartbroken. No, but that's awesome. When are you going to have it complete by?
I'd assume by November 15th. I'm looking to start it in October.
Okay, cool.
Chris, I got a question for you. Where's it going? Is it going to be towards the front entrance coming in, or is it
Yes,
by the
correct.
stage?
Mhm. Like in front of the gate to go into the garden.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Do you need me to sign off on the project, or is it after or before? Or?
I believe
After.
that's after.
Yep.
And then that person will approve it at the end and sign his seal.
Okay. It's actually, it's probably Tim, right? So good timing. We literally have the Environmental Commission head right here.
Right.
So before you leave, you guys might want to change contact information, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Not public commentary right now, Milt. Nope. Cool.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That's exciting. May I have a motion to approve meeting minutes pending any corrections?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
If you'd like to come up and speak, please come to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
God bless you. Milt Woodruff, 134 Bender Avenue, Roselle Park. My question pertains to 2786 in reference to the storage calculation.
Mhm.
That is going to be based on consumption or your water bill? How's that going to work?
Yeah, so I believe, if memory serves, we're going to adjust the calculation. We used to do it based on water consumption from 12 months of the year. We're going to switch it to, is it just the winter months or is the 1 month?
October, November, December.
Yeah,
But also, you have to be careful because those bills include fees and also other charges, not just water.
so we don't calculate it off the raw number, we calculate it off the
They
consumed.
give you that number, raw number?
We get the units from the water company. Yeah, the whatever the gallons that.
Consumed volume.
Yeah.
What kind of dollar amount do you project you're going to raise with this? We at $8 per 100.
What we need is what we're going to raise.
Yeah, so there is no, this is not a net increase or decrease. This will be a different cutting of the pie, right?
Right.
So if you think about it, the people who get, I would say, people who were vocal about if you have a pool or if you water your grass, that's water that doesn't go back into the sewer system, so that's going to be excluded going forward. So there'll be it's not an increase of the pie in this ordinance, it is a re-divvying it up of the pie.
My other question pertains to the bonds that you're talking about. My impression was from previous conversations that you were talking about $1.6 million in bond borrowing.
Yep.
But now you're talking about 3.9? I thought the difference was covered by grants.
Where is this in the agenda?
It's 2787.
Got it. Andrew, I don't know if you
So
want
the entire bond ordinance that's being amended by this ordinance is 3.987. However, there's the offset. All of this ordinance does is amend the prior ordinance to reappropriate the money for the Rick Barry statue as money for roads. So it doesn't change
What statute was that?
it reappropriates the funding for the statue to roads. It does not change the amount authorized.
Yeah, but see, I'm a little confused because, quite frankly, our budget at the last year end shows something like $6.7 million in cash and investments, plus a $2 million surplus in our budget. Additionally, we also are going to receive about $3 million as a grant for the storage thing. And yet our taxes went up, and the storage thing is still sky high.
we're talking about a lot of apples and oranges here, right? So the sewer bill, the money that we got from relief for the sewer money, that goes into the separate sewer authority, right? So that's a different pot of money that is, you get your sewer bill on, right? So that's the apple, and then you're talking about oranges here.
What about the year-end budget that shows $6.7 million?
I mean, again, like, Milt, we can go back and forth about this. I know you've come a couple times talking about wanting to use more surplus. We've talked about why we don't use more surplus. I mean, I'll defer to Ken if he has any further
But
commentary.
we also spend about 20% of our budget on advertising the loans we already have for what would add to it. Will we have a surplus? That doesn't make sense.
I'll be honest with you, I don't fully understand the comment. Ken, I don't know if you have a... Got it.
I'm not exactly sure what he's asking in that, so.
Where's the money going? Your budget shows over $6 million at year end in cash, and a $2 million surplus in your budget for this year. Yet our taxes are going up.
Well, you got to look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet is equal.
Pardon?
The balance sheet is equal.
Equal to what?
Itself.
There's the assets and the liabilities. I don't have it in front of me, but there's cash, there's other liabilities, there's taxes receivable. You got your payables, you got your budget reserves.
So, Milt, we only have 30 seconds left, and I say this with the utmost respect, right? I think we've gone through this budget on the municipal side for a while.
I do have one other question.
Have you also gone to the Board of Ed yet? Because they're half the budget too. Have you given them the same level of scrutiny?
Well, that's my next step, but anyway.
Okay, I'll come to that meeting.
One other quick question about the permits. Was it 2788?
Okay?
The permits had to go to the person doing the job? What about shouldn't there just be the homeowner,
Go ahead,
not
Andrew,
the
you can respond.
contractor?
So, Mr. Woodruff, this specific ordinance relates to street opening permits. By and large, I would say over 90% of the time, street opening permits are issued
It's a
to,
street openings.
correct, public utilities.
Okay. No, my error.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Anybody else want to come up and speak on agenda items? Yeah, come on up. Sure, yeah.
Just on the sewer and not directly.
Just name and address. real
Oh,
quick
sorry,
for the
Tim
record.
Coakley, 213 Charlotte Terrace.
Yep.
I guess not directly related to the imposition on the sewer, but, and I've mentioned this to Andrew in the past, but have you guys discussed stormwater separated out from sewer?
It's not on the agenda, unfortunately.
No, okay,
So you can
okay,
ask
that's
later.
not part of it?
Yeah.
No problem.
The first
probably
public
be gone.
portions for agenda items.
I'll
second
probably be
pub-
gone by then.
Okay, that's fine. You can call me. Okay, anybody else? Agenda items only. I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Andrew, please read ordinance number 27. May I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Andrew, please read ordinance number 2786 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2786 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 27, Section 6, subsection 3 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Imposition of Charges.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2786?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up and speak on this ordinance specifically? I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2786?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2786?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Okay, please read ordinance number 2787 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2787 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing and bond ordinance to amend sections 4H and 16 of the bond ordinance, ordinance number 2776, entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new, additional, or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology equipment, and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Borough of Roselle Park in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $3,987,000 to pay the cost thereof, to appropriate various grants, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in the anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, adopted May 2nd, 2024.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2787?
So move. Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to close the public, would anybody like to come and speak on this ordinance? Seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2787?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2787?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Please read ordinance number 2788 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2788 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 23, Section 1.5 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Conditions of Permits.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2788?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody want to come up and speak on this one? Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2788?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2788?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Please read all resolutions listed on the consent agenda by title.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 189-24 is accepting the retirement of Louis M. Courant from the position of crossing guard. Resolution 190-24 is accepting the retirement of Andrew G. Badish from the position of crossing guard. Resolution 191-24 is authorizing the tax collector and treasurer to issue a refund in the total amount of $947 due to a payment application error. Resolution 192-24 is authorizing the borough clerk to auction unclaimed vehicles. Resolution 193-24 is approving the insertion of a National Opioid Settlement Fund grant as a special item of revenue in the 2024 municipal budget in the amount of $7,735.29. Resolution 194-24 is appointing Zachariah Vargas as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 195-24 is appointing Fire Patrol member Elijah Castro as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 196-24 is promoting alternate crossing guard Joseph Evans to the position of crossing guard. Resolution 197-24 is promoting alternate crossing guard Roger Sue to the position of crossing guard. Resolution 198-24 is appointing Brian Malisi to the position of alternate crossing guard. Resolution 199-24 is appointing Anna Lucia Pagan to the position of alternate crossing guard. Resolution 200-24 is authorizing the borough clerk to auction vehicles no longer needed for public use. Resolution 201-24 is authorizing the tax collector to issue reduction and/or refund on 2 sewer utility bills in the total amount of $2,047. Resolution 202-24 is authorizing the treasurer to issue 1 check totaling $942.26, payable to 1 lien holder on 1 property and 1 check totaling $1,000 from the tax collector's premium account. And Resolution 203-24 is awarding a contract to Portofino Builders LLC for the project improvements to Grand Avenue Year 50 CDBG in the amount not to exceed $296,155.50.
Does anybody want to pull anything?
189, Mayor.
Okay, anybody else? Okey-dokey. May I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 189-24? Is
So move.
Second.
there any discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, I'd just like to thank Louise, right? Is it, she's been, I can't know how many years, but she was on Sherman Ave and Westfield Ave, which, look, all our crossing guards do a good job, and they're all top locations, but Sherman Ave and Westfield Ave is pretty tough, and I just want to thank her for, I don't know how many years she's doing, but it's been a long time. Thank you for her service.
Anybody else? Okay, Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. Their resolution is adopted.
Cool. Moving on to reports. Let's start off with Mr. Council President. You want to start us off?
Sure. Okay, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to Evelyn Jones, Dorothy Phillips, who was a 1953 graduate of Roselle Park High School, Fernando Ambrosio, and Lillian Markovich, who turned 100 years old last year. On July 31st, I attended the open mic. Rosanna, thank you very much for your invite. Great job. And we do have talent. I mean, I got, them kids do a great job. I'm very happy with them. On August 3rd, I attended the band car wash. They said they did very well that day. And everything, but I usually try to support the band and everything. So I hope the band has a great year this year, like that. I would like everyone to keep Paul DeVito in your prayers. He has a fight on his hand, but I know I keep him in my prayers every day and everything like that. So Paul, you do have my prayers. And again, American Legion can also use your help. If your father or grandfather too, Greg, it was a veteran, you can join as a son of Legionnaire, and they could use your help. We have a new commander of the SAL, and he's trying to build up the SAL. So, but if you want, you basically sign up, be a member, and help them out, because they could definitely use your help.
How much are dues?
$30.
Oh,
I'd say it's different for.
yeah.
Probably more for you.
got it. Okay.
SAL is.
But it's not huge.
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think any of them.
I'll sign up for you guys. I'll sign up for
Yeah.
you guys. I think I qualify. I can sign up.
It's a good organization, and, like I said, I want to thank my, councilman over here for his service, and he was a former commander over there, and, you did a great job and everything like that. But I do appreciate, we're trying to build up the post 60, so if you need to contact me, get me at jpetrosky@rosellepark.net, 908-666-7821. That's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Urbina, you want to start off?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Roselle Park. I hope you're all enjoying your summer despite the recent bouts of heat, wind, and rain. It's been a season filled with both weather challenges and fun community events. In July, I had the pleasure of kicking off our 4th annual community cool downs. A big thank you to Director Shaw, Chief Thompson, Deputy Chiefs Kuturka and Jaskula, and our dedicated volunteer firefighters for their participation and support. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to Juanita Dreyer from the 5th Ward for a donation of ice cream sandwiches at her 3rd cool down, and to Officers Cambronero, Hokinson, and Matthews, PBA 27, for providing ice pops. We also hosted our 2nd annual family swim night at the Orange Ave Pool in Cranford last night, where smiles and good times were plentiful. Thanks to Director Rupin Shaw, Rod Thomas, and his son from Scout Troop 56, and Councilman at Large Signorello for their support. On July 30th, Chief Reno, B.A. Casais, Councilman Johnson, and I met with Easy Ride to discuss our Safe Streets campaign. The Street Smarts initiative aims to educate the public about traffic laws and promote safe behaviors to reduce accidents and fatalities in our borough. We'll be focusing on an intersection in the 5th Ward for this study, with more details to come in September. And with school year approaching, I reached out to AAA, and they will provide the borough with free Schools Open, Drive Carefully signs to remind motorists to be vigilant around their schools. Regarding infrastructure, Pine and Larch have been milled and paved with striping to follow. On August 1st, we completed yellow curbing and striping between Amsterdam, Valley, and Beechwood to improve visibility, safety, and ADA accessibility. Regarding ADA, please note the borough offers 8 free handicap parking spaces in the Chestnut Street municipal parking lots. Those with a handicap placard or license plate can use these spaces at no charge. Last month, I mentioned the beautiful Rahway Valley Railroad mural in the 5th Ward. Well, the DOT's Chief of Staff has informed us that the knotweed removal will be completed by the end of summer, with 20 or so dead and hazardous trees to be removed this fall. They will also survey the land between West Colfax and Woodside Ave along Beechwood, which is prone to stormwater accumulation. As a chamber update, on Sunday, September 29th, the Greater Union Chamber of Commerce will hold their annual 5K to support a Roselle Park family. The funds will assist the family of Leighton, an infant born prematurely in February who has been battling severe medical complications. Leighton remains at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and will need 24-hour care upon discharge. To help ease the family's financial burden, a portion of the race's proceeds will be donated to them. For more information, contributions, or sponsorships, visit unionchamber.com or call Jim Masterson at 908-688-2777. Every little bit helps, and I'll share more details on Facebook next week. Finally, the Municipal Land Use Board meeting will take place this Monday at 7 p.m. here at Borough Chambers. The agenda includes a preliminary and final site plan hearing for 243 East Westfield Ave, formerly known as Garden Dry Cleaners. The applicant seeks C and D variances to convert the existing one-story commercial building into a 2-story mixed-use commercial residential space. You can reach me at 862-236-0019 or email at jrubine@rosellepark.net. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Roselle Park. That concludes my report.
Excellent. Thank you. Councilman Patel?
Good evening. Last month I attended the Eagle Scout review, and congrats to Alex on earning the Eagle Scout rank. I've been walking the ward and listening to residents' concerns and suggestions. I appreciate everyone who shared their thoughts to improve our borough. The Environmental Commission is excited to announce the next Repair Cafe on Saturday, October 5th at Roselle Park High School cafeteria from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to the Commission. The community garden is thriving, and the Commission will continue to give away free organic produce each week for the rest of the summer. You can stay updated by following the Roselle Park Environmental Commission on Facebook or by contacting them via email or through your local council person. That's all I have today, so have a good night. If you have a question, you can reach me at kpatel@rosellepark.net. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman?
Good evening. Hi, everybody. I'll start with something funny tonight. So there's a story. There's a woman that she was walking in her town, and she noticed an older man sitting on a rocking chair on his porch and would admire him every single day. And finally, she got up the courage and said, I would like to ask him what's the secret to his long life. So she went to him and said, what's your secret? And he said, well, there's no secret. I smoke three packs a day, eat junk food, and never exercise. And she says, wow. She goes, well, how old are you? And he says, 26. It does matter what we do. So, okay. Good evening. So happy summer. I can't believe it's August. And as Councilman Joe had said, we did have summer nights, open mic, every Wednesday at the gazebo. I would just love to thank Rupen Shaw, the director of the community center. He really helped me so much in organizing everything and reaching out to our talent. Land's Music, which is our music school in Roselle Park. Juan is just amazing, and his team, they came up and set up in the gazebo each night. John Ranieri with the youth center. We had a little bit of rain one night, or possibility of rain, and he let us use the youth center. And I really thank Councilman Joe Petrowski and Councilman Joe Signorella for coming and attending. These kids came out and really showed their heart, and the thing that I really loved sharing with them was to be able to use their voice and be in front of a microphone, be in front of a crowd. And at our last time together, I would have these. They were little, they were 8 years old, and I would have them look at the audience and receive the love, because sometimes we look out and we're fearful of using a microphone or being scared, but you shouldn't be. And it was just a powerful, presence of their gifts. They sang and they really brought it. So I thought it was such a powerful thing. I would have loved to seen really more of the community come out. So hopefully next year or whatever we do to really support these kids and to support, because it's for you. It's not just to show off or, in any way, but really to really bless the people that are there. So definitely come out. Hopefully I'll do it something maybe in the fall. We're not sure. But definitely look out for it. Coming up on September 6th, we have so many things. Obviously, September hits and everything goes crazy just with school and events, but please look at the app. I always plug for the Roselle Park app. It's called My Roselle Park. But on September 6th, we have the annual Fiesta Hispana y Latina. Did I say right? Wait. Annual Fiesta Hispana y Latina. Amazing festival. We have so much fun. September, we have the Arts Festival, and we have so many things in October, and I would love to really officially announce that the Italian Heritage Festival, for the first time in Roselle Park, thank you, Mayor and Council, is October 19th. We're going to have food trucks, pizza, lots of Italian food. Wear green, white, and red. Listen, all of us are going to come together in one. And we have kids stuff, so definitely come out for it. And I just want to note this as well, just a reminder to shop local. Park Ice Cream posted something today, and I was like, wow, I just want to announce for them. So on Westfield Avenue, we're going to be having some, you're not going to be able to park there for a couple months. And they went out there and literally said, order online, call, or they deliver. I'm going to be in trouble if they're delivering ice cream to my house. But parkicecream.com if you're interested, but definitely support everybody in town. And real quick, a final thought. I wrote this the other day, and I wrote, you can either be under construction or under destruction. My father was a builder, he was a mason, and he always taught me the foundation does matter. All of us have a piece to this town, and we can really work together and make it the best that we can. And you guys, it's awesome to see people come out, and it's awesome. People call me, they watch on television, or they meet me on the street, and it's a beautiful thing. So I love you, Roselle Park family. Thank you so much. You can reach me at rlions@rosellepark.net or 908-726-8773. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Johnson? I saw you next.
Only two options. Okay. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and residents. First, I would like to start off with a couple of community announcements, as always. Again, update to Berwyn and Avon. We're still waiting on NJDOT, but I appreciate you guys' patience. Unfortunately, we're working with other agencies. We don't have the total control as to when we could commence until they finish doing what they need to do. But in any event, that doesn't take away from the positivity of this, and the Berwyn residents and Avon residents will be happy. We're gonna all have all new streets and sidewalks in that location, so. On Wednesday, July 31st, 2024, I attended my first Eagle Scout Board of Review on behalf of Troop 56 and Alex Slay. What can I say? I learned how exceptional that young man was. Kanjan, could you tell it was my first time? Oh, okay, because I was jacking up the questions. But anyway, congratulations and kudos go out to that young man and for obtaining an Eagle. Also, First Ward residents, I just wanted to reiterate that Municipal Land Use Board will be meeting will be Monday, August 19th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Please, if you would like to express your concerns, this is a perfect place to share your thoughts. So again, residents that's in that area, a few of you guys reached out to me. I'll be there too. Also, Andrew, before I forget, I received the email today, and a resident also said, I'm writing you as I can't find who the members of the zoning committee are on the website. Can we please put that up there with their respected, if it's not there?
It's on there.
It's on, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I went and checked too today. I didn't see it. Maybe it must be.
So it's under,
glitch
it
or
would be
something.
it's under government and then municipal land use board.
Yeah, that's what I did too. So I'll double check. But yeah, that's what I just received today. So other than that, if anyone needs to get in contact with me, please give me a call at 908-303-1519. And my email is gjohnson@rosellepark.net. Have a wonderful summer, Roselle Park. God bless.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Signorello?
So I did go to the pool night last night, had a good time, and Jay, you can tell everybody who swam the longest underwater from one side to the other, right? You witnessed it. Anyway, good evening. I enjoyed myself. Hey, we're thinking festive tonight. And the cool downs were good, good evenings, good nights, and the weather was right. Look, I just want to add one to Rosanna's report on the ice cream. I tell you what, I had some ice cream the other night, Schmores at Park Ice Cream. Look, I'm gonna be 62 years old in September. It's some of the best ice cream I've really had. This Schmores is really good. And can you just maybe verify me I didn't know about the parking. Maybe Andrew could hear
Yeah, I seen that today.
the parking is a clarification. Is that
So it's part of the resurfacing of Route 28. I don't know that it's going to be consistently entirely the 2 months, but I'll get confirmation on
Okay.
that. That's more than likely what it is.
okay? So for work, I didn't know if it was the equipment coming in for the parking deck.
No, it's Route 28 is going to be resurfaced from end to end. They're sealing it.
Okay.
So there will be some parking impacts because they have to remove the pavement markings first. So I don't know all the steps yet. They actually haven't announced all the steps yet from DOT, shockingly. But they're going to first remove those markings. So I'm hoping that it's not just consistently for 2 months. But I'll find out more information.
Okay.
They send out briefings somewhat regularly, but they don't have all of the
Right.
information.
That's all I have. If you need to get hold of me, Jay Signorella, rosellepark.net. Good evening.
Cool. Thank you, everybody. Andrew, please read my appointments into the record.
Yes, Mayor. The following mayoral appointments are effective immediately and do not require confirmation by the Borough Council. Appointing, number 1, appointing Darwin Roman, current alternate member number 3 of the Municipal Land Use Board, as a Class 4 member of the Municipal Land Use Board to fill the unexpired term of Lauren Harms, set to expire December 31st, 2025. Number 2 is appointing Adolfo DeCosmo of 531 Spruce Street, Roselle Park, New Jersey, as alternate member number 3 of the Municipal Land Use Board to fill the unexpired term of Darwin Roman, set to expire December 31st, 2025.
Cool. I have nothing else to update, so I will go to, before we start the public portion, Joe, do you want to give us an announcement? We've had some updates on the cannabis MD application. I'm sure there's going to be some public comment on that, so I'd rather inform everybody as to what's going on. Mr. DeMarco, floor is yours.
Thank you. So as most people are aware, if not, the cannabis MD application that was approved was challenged by various residents that they're called the objectors. That matter was filed in Superior Court in Elizabeth. I did appear on behalf of the Borough of Roselle Park. That matter has now been dismissed by the court. What that means, it is the court found that, and I joined in on the motion to find this, that notice was not proper perfected. So the applicant at the time of the hearing had not provided adequate notice to everyone required by statute, rendering the action of the board as if it never happened. So that application will now need to begin again or anew, and they will need to refile if they so choose to do so. Some action will be taken in September. It's anticipated by the planning, by the combined board to just rescind that prior resolution. This way, it's like it never existed. Whether that applicant files or when they file, that is left up to them, and that's their decision.
Yeah. So just to make that clear for everybody, so next Monday, there is a land use board meeting. The only thing that's on that is I believe there's a first ward application for some glass shop. We would, as a board, have to, in September, rescind the approval that happened. And if they choose to apply again, they can apply again. They have to go through the whole process again. There's no guarantee of that. But if they do, obviously, everybody will be notified in the same way. But, that should be rescinded in September.
Correct.
So. I would, yeah, Rosanna, I don't think that's the right thing to do right now. But, yeah, so with that, I will open a motion to the public portion.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
May do so now.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, I'd like to pass these out.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bill Crossett, 412 Galloping Hill Road. What I'm passing out are my thoughts and concerns and questions because I always get cut off on time. So the most important one is the last one on here, and I want to say that Councilman Petrosky has been a fantastic help on this one. He's been talking to the chief. The only reason I wanted to bring it up is my big concern is one day I got this guy knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. Comes back again the next day, knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. I watch the cameras and he goes to every house between my house and Clay, and then he goes up Clay. The second time my wife says, call the police. We don't know who this guy is. There's no vendor credentials around his neck. So I call the non-emergency number. I'm not getting broken into or anything like that, so it's not a 911 call. So in short, the response I get is, we don't do that. I asked if a police car could come and find the guy and find out, is he legit? Is he just banging on doors to try to get somebody to open the door? And to get a response from our own dispatcher down here in this building that it's not their job.
Sorry, did you call the non-emergency number or the emergency number?
The non-emergency number down here.
Yep.
It wasn't an emergency, so I wasn't going to do the 911 thing. I let Councilman Petrosky know he's actually now seen the guy walking around over on Lincoln. He's been very good at communicating back to me, but me personally, and probably a lot of other people in town, it's a concern if that's the response we're going to get when we call the non-emergency number. So there was a change passed 4 weeks back about the size of a tree and you needed permit. I really didn't understand how big the tree had to be in diameter before we had to apply for a permit. Is it 6 inches? Is it 1 foot in diameter? Do we know?
So I don't know that, I'm sorry, Mayor, could I respond? I don't know offhand there is a minimum. I'll get that information to you,
Great.
if you don't mind.
You got my
I don't want to
email.
quote you, I don't want to quote you
Okay.
the wrong amount, or wrong with. that is.
Twice in the past year, numerous fees for permits have been increased. About a year ago, I brought it up that I had to replace my central air. I had to replace my furnace, all within 3 months of each other, and the fees totaled over $800. That was 5% added to the cost of the project. But what do I get for those fees? I got 2 inspectors for the air conditioner, a total of maybe 12 minutes, 10 minutes probably. 2 minutes each inspector for the furnace. So I don't get a guarantee from the inspection or construction department. So why is it over $800 for 2 projects? That's just a little insane. Quite frankly, if I have another project that I have to do, I'm not getting a permit. The town will never know.
Yeah, it's probably not something to put on the record, but okay.
Just a question on the sewer lawsuit, because I just didn't know. I happened to think of it from my background in hotels. Is there no insurance to cover any portion of a lawsuit?
Yeah, go for it, Joe.
So that type of claim typically is not covered, right?
Okay.
It's not a personal injury or property damage claim. Two, it's the coverage at the time the incident occurs usually. So you might say whoever was the
1914?
insurance company in 1914, and you, right? So those type of claims are traditionally not covered, unfortunately.
Okay. That's all I got. That's everything on my list. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to come speak, any subject matter? I don't know, Tim, if you wanted to come up, you can, okay, yeah. Now you can. Oh, okay, got it. Come on.
Betty Woodruff, 134 Bender. Just a couple of comments. When I'm driving around town and out of town, I'm noticing these days the kids are not wearing bike helmets, the little scooter things that are going around. Nobody's encouraging the kids to wear helmets. I don't want to be the mother police, but I certainly don't want to see anybody injured. And the other day I saw a man teaching his little person to ride a bike, and he didn't have a helmet on. You got to start when they're little. And I know in the past, the police department has done things to encourage kids to put the helmets on. And like anything in this world, in one ear and out the other, unless you keep reminding the kids. And I see that you're having a safety program, and perhaps that would be part of it. I don't know. But whoever's doing that program, to remind the kids, and maybe we can, like the signs they put on the street for slow down, those little things, we could put something on the borough website once in a while to remind parents, to remind the kids to get their helmets on. Accidents happen, and it's too late once the accident happens. So that was just my one thought. And I wondered if our councilman, if you have the information, could put it out when the streets are closing. I mean, trying to get around town sometimes, and I'm not always on time, but it's like I got halfway down Clay Avenue. Oh, it was closed. I had to go out onto Westfield. I don't, if I see it on the website, I will avoid those streets. They were closing Bender Avenue. I didn't even know what was going on down there, and discovered I had to go out onto Galloping Hill to get off. If I just knew, I would have, avoided that whole area. But it's just a suggestion that might eliminate some confusion, if possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
try this again. Tim Coakley, 213 Charlotte Terrace. Like I said, I've raised this really informally in the past at an environmental commission meeting, just food for thought. Right now, I know we've had issues with I believe, lawsuit. Everything that's been going on is related to the stormwater system, correct?
Yes.
Which is separate from the sewer system.
Yes. Well, so it goes into, it's our stormwater system that runs into a combined system to Elizabeth.
Correct.
So.
Right. So from a utility perspective, the bill I'm getting covers both sewer and stormwater.
Well, it covers, yes, now it does.
In some instances, it does,
yeah.
right? The borough, for the most part, pays for its sanitary system through the sewer utility, right? It does also pay for certain stormwater things through the sewer utility. That's not to say from the current fund, the operating budget, there's also some money that goes toward storm.
Gotcha.
To offset it.
So anyway, again, just a thought, this is environmental commissioner minor research, and I can send you guys some stuff, but, again, if costs are increasing over time for stormwater, for me personally, and just I'll call it from an equity perspective, it makes a lot of sense in my mind to start to split those two apart.
Yep.
If you think about how it's allocated, an apartment that's one unit in a 5-story building has the same sewer bill as a house that covers 3,000 square feet of maybe 2,000 of which are impervious, causing a lot of runoff. They should not be paying the same amount of money into stormwater, so to speak. So, again, I can send you guys some materials on that, but it's just something that's been kind of in the back of my mind with all the stuff going on here. And it's also expensive, I understand, to administer potentially and set up, but
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, Tim. I'll be honest, and I just had somebody chase me about this today, and I have no problem sharing because I'm going to take up some time. Is there anything else you want to say? So there's nothing controversial here because it'll ultimately be up to a popular vote. But there's a bunch of parties that continue to knock on our door to actually buy the system, right? One of which is
The sanitary system.
the sanitary system, right? In which case they would take care of billing and maintenance and everything, right? I think that's something we're going to at least put up for a vote next year. And once again, so that means council here would need to put it up for sale. There would be a valuation, and then everybody in Roselle Park would be a public referendum at the end of the year. So I think for me personally, before we do anything like bifurcating that, I'd put it up for a referendum and see how that goes, and then take it from there. Make the sewer system American Water's problem versus ours, because it's a lot. It's a good idea.
are we going to get some trees in town this fall?
It's my favorite topic, Tim. Are we going to get some trees this fall?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, he knows.
Oh, I know.
No, he knows. We've said before, commission's here to support that. Residents have requested them. That means I would hope those residents would want to help take care of those trees because it is a big burden to put on the borough to plant the trees and then to maintain them. Having said that, hopefully the RFP will cover some of that down the road.
Yeah, but we might want to, because we have money for trees that we didn't plant last time, and we allocated some more money this year, right? We might want to just do a fresh questionnaire this way. If there's anybody since our last questionnaire, it might be worth it to do in the next couple weeks.
If you don't have a street tree in front of your house, request it.
It's like pulling teeth. Nobody wants one. That's crazy.
No, seriously, one thing we're trying to do is to make sure we get the right trees in the right spot, right?
Yep.
So we're not planting
Yeah.
oak trees under a power line. We got something like a cherry tree, a dogwood, something that's only going to grow to.
Ultimately, it's also our discretion, right? So what I would say is whatever money we have left over from ones that weren't asked, at some point, it would behoove you and the new DPW superintendent to go around and be like, one would be good here, one would be good here, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Been on that list for 2 years.
You figured as a councilman, you get one bumped up, but no special treatment here. Yes.
Good evening. Hannah Antonson, Bender Avenue.
Yep.
First, I completely support trees.
You want one in front of your house?
I have one.
You want
It's
a second one?
dying. Soon it will be. I'll be needing a new tree.
Okay.
The second thing is, of course, my opposition to cannabis MD continues, and that hopefully there will not be a reapplication. If there is, that it will be denied. The third question is, what is the criteria for appointees to the Land Use Review Board, and how many women are currently on the board?
There's one, so we are,
Out of how many?
so there's how many full-time people?
9.
9. So then there's 4 alternates, so there's 13 appointees all told. And well, so the other one is also of that, so I appoint 11 because mayor's de facto 1, and then there's a council appointment. So I pick 11, so, and 1 employee, right? So actually I'm picking 10.
So one woman is, I thought she was leaving the board. Is there,
So there was 1 woman, so there was 2, 1 had left.
okay. So 1 out of 13?
1 out of 13, yes. Yeah, underrepresented, sure, good point.
And what is the criteria? Why are there so few, like, what's required of someone to be on the land use board?
Yeah,
that
I mean,
would
candidly,
meet that
it's
requirement?
really hard to get people who are interested in it, right? So the requirement is, it is one of the few things that I get to pick solely. So the requirement I usually look for is some level of experience in the construction or engineering space, right? You know, we just appointed Adolfo over here, you know, he's a bricklayer, right? Some kind of like understanding of what's, you know, what goes into building a building is usually something I look for. But candidly, I don't really get a lot of, you know, I mean, Tim, you're here from the Environmental Commission. It's like pulling teeth to get volunteers for a lot of these things. So there's a form, I believe, online if somebody's interested in something. So I usually go by that.
And do you advertise this information?
I gotta be honest with you, and this is just me being like very direct, is a lot of these folks have just been holdovers from people who have been on it, you know, year over year, right? Especially the alternates have been a pipeline.
I mean, these are really crucial decisions that are being reviewed and commentary from the earliest stages that impacts a town. This is the one thing that town government really controls.
Yep.
So I think that it's pretty outrageous that there's 1 woman out of 13, and that it's not even like a you know, reaching out to people to be considered for this.
That's just not true, right? In terms of outreach.
You just said they were holdovers and
Right, but
we're looking for bricklayers.
No. Every year, at the end of the year, I put on my Facebook page, if there's anybody that's interested in, you can look it up, any appointments, feel free to contact me. I get bupkis on that, but beyond that, I do agree, the disparity's egregious. No disagreements there.
Okay, and more trees, hopefully.
100%, we're aligned on that one. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm Stephanie Parham, 152 Bridge Street. I've been up here quite a few times.
Yep.
Regarding the trees in front of my house that are not being taken care of. So it's the city trees.
Okay.
They have now cracked and lifted my driveway completely.
Yep.
The sidewalks, again, are completely lifted at least 2.5 inches.
Yep.
And also, my pipe that goes out and drains the sump pump water is 11.5 inches off of the ground now.
Okay.
11.5 inches. I have contacted the superintendent of the DPW, which I was also in contact with Paul and the gentleman before him as well.
Yep.
And every time I feel like I'm getting somewhere, there's a new superintendent. So now Gregory had reached back out to me on August 2nd, said that he was going to look into it. I've called, I've emailed since, never picks up the phone.
Yep.
Doesn't respond to my emails.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going on at this point.
Yeah, so we have had a superintendent for the last couple of years. We parted ways with that superintendent. The superintendent that we have now is 2.5 months even is into the job, so he's pretty new in the saddle. You know, I would say in broad strokes, we don't take down healthy trees, right? So if the tree is healthy, it'll probably not get removed. As far as
Have you guys come out and looked at it? Because I have never
Can I just
heard
finish,
any.
right? So just setting the parameters if it is healthy, right? If the sidewalk is broken, we'll fix the sidewalk, but yeah, we can have somebody look at it, and if it's dead, it'll be taken down.
Okay, when will that be? Because I've been up here and complaining about it for approximately 4 years.
You've been coming here for 4 years on this?
I have been complaining about it for 4 years. Yes, I have.
You've been coming here?
I have phone records. I've been on the actual record
Okay.
twice before about this.
Got it. And what's the address one more time?
152 Bridge Street in
152
Roselle
Bridge.
Park. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm your councilman.
No, Bridge.
Oh, Bridge. I thought you
Bridge.
said, oh, Bridge.
No, yeah.
It's
So we're gonna have the superintendent come to your house tomorrow morning. And if you're not home, that's okay, but he's gonna go out and evaluate it, and I'm gonna ask him for a report back.
And when will I hear back? That's my question.
If you could leave your contact information, I'll call you personally.
Again, yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, just to let you know, I was at your house on Tuesday with
Okay.
the superintendent. We went around the whole town and we looked at every tree in town.
Okay.
So we were on Bridge, and there was quite a few on Bridge that he wrote down that needed service. I don't know if yours was one of them, but if what you're saying is true,
It's
which
true.
I
have
believe,
the
I believe
photos
you.
to prove it. Right.
I'm saying he must have wrote it down already.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine. I just haven't heard back, and I just find that unprofessional.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
that's all. Oh, I have 4 minutes, right? I
You
feel
have,
like
Another minute.
I've been
Another minute
brushed
left.
off.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, go for it.
And then also, I wanted to let you know that the dead branches from the trees are still hanging over the power lines.
Understood. Thank you.
52.
Anybody else? What's up, bud?
My name is Holden Tango. I live on 431 Sheridan Ave. I would just like to know what's going on with the loan you took out for Acker Park.
Ooh, good question. We didn't take out a loan for Acker Park. We got a grant for Acker Park. We're in the design phase right now. We'd like to hopefully get shovels in the ground by this winter. This way it happens over the winter, so there's nothing getting shut down. We're just trying to figure out the most we can do with the money.
Okay. That's
Cool?
all. Yeah.
Anything you want to see there?
No, it's fine.
No requests? Come on, it's your time, man.
Surprise, Milt Woodruff, 13 Bender Avenue. I just want to supplement briefly what my wife was asking about, because we have seen too many kids, but also young adults and adults riding around in powered three-wheelers and motorized bikes and scooters with no helmets on.
Mm-hmm.
And they are becoming, or to me, they are becoming a safety hazard, not just for them, but for drivers as well. So I would like to pass it along, or have you pass it along to the police department, and maybe you can put something out reminding people that's required, because I see too many of them doing that.
Liaison, you want to take care of that for me?
Oh, this?
Pass it along for me. You got it? You got me?
Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
I've already duly noted it. I was about to say that Jay does an excellent job every year reminding kids, and he actually just did a function with promoting that. So we will reiterate that to the chief, and maybe we'll put something on the website too.
Yeah, I don't want to wait until someone gets hurt. My other,
We've had them in the schools as well. We've had Easy Ride come in. They're a transportation partner talking to the middle school kids. We've given away over 300 helmets in the last 3 years with the bike safety
yeah, that's
clinic.
wonderful, but you know what?
But they got to put them
They
on.
gotta put 'em on.
And the parents got to make sure anybody, the
And I
law is
don't want
under
to have to
16.
hit them.
16 and under, you got to
Too
put them
many
on.
of them, not just little guys, but teenagers and adults, just like jaywalking right between the cars. Like,
How much time you, go ahead, you get,
I don't
you-
disagree.
Okay,
I don't
2
disagree.
minutes.
one other
Yeah.
a suggestion. We got money from the open settlement, about $7,000.
Mhm.
Could we consider making that part of the health budget for the town?
What do you mean when you say health budget?
We help different health programs that you guys have already promoted. Maybe you could put that towards that, and maybe add some additional programs.
So
I-
there's
7,000.
very specific uses for this money, if I could just.
Sure.
I don't want to overcomplicate it, but so this is a national settlement.
Right, but you're
The
gonna put it-
monies received by the subdivisions, the municipalities, counties, and states are allocated for specific things. So that's not an acceptable use unless the health department is running a specific program to educate people of the dangers of opioids.
I got
So
you.
right now, the funding is going to be utilized by the Municipal Alliance Program, which is in the schools, to do that type of program.
Fine, that's all. I had the impression, the way it was worded, that money was simply going into the budget.
Right, no, it's not. It's allocated for a specific purpose.
A little clarity, that's all.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okey dokey. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
There are no items for closed session. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.